I'm live. Good evening. This is Donna. So glad that you're joining us. And it's day 4 of the Get Unstuck to True Freedom Challenge. And I'm so excited. For the last few days, day 1, we talked about the power of a decision. Making a decision to be unstuck. Because when you make a decision, it propels you in the direction of that decision. And it gives momentum. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Dana. Thank you for joining. And it gives momentum to that decision. And last night, thank you, Pam, for joining. Thank you so much. And last night, and day 2, we talked about what stops us and how, yes, how fear stops us and fear guards our greatest treasure. And last night, I shared with you, thank you, I shared with you what fear guarded from me. I was afraid. My greatest fear was rejection. And when I faced my fear, I found the treasure, which is in me. Your treasure is within you. The treasure that you are here to share with the planet. And it's not known, it's discovered. And it's your responsibility and my responsibility to begin to ask the powerful questions as I shared last night. Who am I? Don't assume you know, because there's always more of you to discover. You guys with me? Why am I here? And who is God? Who is Source is what we're asking. Who is my creator? Who is the one that created me for this reason? Which leads us to tonight, day 4. It's a journey, guys. You start with the decision, the power of a decision. And you start and you move towards conquering and changing your relationship with fear. And then you begin to discover the treasure, the power, your uniqueness, your greatness. And what are you going to do with this? Why you want to get unstuck? Because you want to do something with it. I think Stephen Covey says it best. How do you create this vision? We're going to talk about the power of a vision. Michael Beckwith, one of my spiritual teachers, says it best. Vision, pain will push you until vision pulls you. Tonight is about the vision. Thank you, Edward. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight is about the vision. The power to be able to see where you like to go. To be able to see. Can I tell you, it takes courage to have vision. For many years, and I don't know about you, I'm just going to talk about me tonight. For many years, my vision was only as large as what I saw others doing. So I began to have a vision for the norm, maybe a little bit above norm. Hi, Edward. Thank you so much for joining. I began to have a vision to go to college. I don't know where I got it from, but I knew it was something that would stretch me. I began to have a vision for where I wanted to live. I began to have a vision for those things. But it was all based on the cultural norm at that time, or above normal for some of the cultures. I don't know your culture. But I believe I talk to positive deviants. So we usually deviate from the norm of our family. Have you ever thought about why you were the one that was different? Have you really said, why am I that one that was different? Maybe you're the first one that decided to get an education. Or maybe you're the first one that answered the call of your spiritual call. Maybe you're the one that moved away from your family. Maybe you left and everybody else stayed the same. You're called for some reason. Not only are you called, but you're chosen. So I know I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the chosen ones tonight. If that's you, say that's me. Donna, I'm the chosen one in my family. I know you are, because I'm called to you. So my vision has to start with, and your vision has to start with, the imagination. I know you're saying, oh man, Donna, that's child's play. Imagination. You have to have an imagination, because it's not from what you've seen. You can only create. Yes, I know it's you. Yes, guys, I know it's you. It cannot come from what you've been accustomed to, what your family showed you. It comes from imagination, which is at the heart of the mind of God. God's idea for your life. And how do you tap into that? Through your imagination, using the power of inquiry. Why am I here? Where am I going? I would get to the edge. I would imagine something and fear would keep me back. I would go to the edge, guys. And it, like I said, it takes courage, guys, to live something different than what you grew up with, to live something different than what your family has shown you, what's been passed down. This is courage. So you have to imagine something different, and you do that through the mind of God. And I love my favorite book. It said, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things of good rapport, think on those things. Begin to have a mind to create a life that is of service to others. Now that's the greatest life. I believe that's the abundant life that Jesus was talking about. That life where you are most fulfilled, where you're most prosperous, is when you've answered the call upon your life and you do what you're created to do in service to others. That should be our greatest desire, to have a vision for God's idea for our life. God, what's your idea for me? What were you thinking when you created me? What difference do you want me to make? So there is no life outside of the source, guys. This is a spiritual journey. It plays out in a practical way, but it's a spiritual journey. The source has a way that he desires to speak or be represented by you. And you have to discover that. And you have to go get it, guys. He is looking for those that are willing to imagine something different, to begin to ask the questions. If you say, Donna, I don't know about imagination, you might be tripping. Can I tell you, if you don't live from that place of vision, imagination, God's idea, inquiry, you live from your memories and you live from your past, and you won't create the life that you're created to live. You'll live a page from your past over and over and over and over again. You won't be able to create anything else unless you begin to imagine it. You remember the rubber band? I think many of you know about the rubber band, because your brain is going to search to see if it's seen it before. If it hasn't seen it before, it's going to be afraid, like, hey, we can't do this. So you take out a rubber band, guys. It's the tool of growth and stretching. This whole journey is about growth and contribution. Growth and contribution. Growth and contribution. We should be evolving, growing, and contributing every day at a different level than we contributed the day before. And you don't do it somewhere out there, but you do it now. You're tracking, guys? You with me? Are you willing to make a decision to go all the way? Are you willing to face your fears and change your relationship with fear? Are you willing to get to know yourself enough that you're walking in confidence? Are you willing to understand that you're supported by the source? And are you willing to create a vision that is fulfilling for you and of service to others? Now that's the abundant life. Why wouldn't? Yes, all the way. Why wouldn't the God that created you support you in doing what he created you to do? Why wouldn't he? That doesn't make any sense. So you know that when you're on the path of doing what you're created to do, like Jesus, you might have to break away from the norm. Jesus broke away from the norm. He had to break away from the norm. He was a positive deviant in order to do the work that he knew he was willing to do and he was created to do. Not my will. Not my will. All the way. Yes, not my will, but thy will be done in me, as me, and through me. That's my desire. And why not exchange that what you're here to do And this is what I teach to make a living. Why not? Why wouldn't God do that? Why wouldn't he use our gifts and talents and of being of service to others? Whether it's teaching, whether it's serving and healing, we're all healers. Maybe you heal with your words. Maybe you heal with your creativity. Maybe you heal with your energy. I know my energy is healing. I want you guys to seek out why you're here. Be about doing it. This is what you get unstuck for. You don't get unstuck to just exist. You get unstuck and to do what you came here to do. Use your imagination, guys. I'm gonna read what Stephen Covey says. When we live from our memories, we focus on our past. When we live from our imagination, we focus on our future. The future starts right now. The future starts right now. Don't pull another page from your past. And I love it. Where I'm sitting, it's cloudy and it's raining. And as I read today, it says, they that look at the clouds will never reap. So if you're looking at the clouds, those things that have happened in your life, those things that you can't let go of, what happened in your family, I can guarantee you'll never reap because you're too busy looking at the bad things. I can tell you, it's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be enough. You're never going to have enough money to get started. Whatever you're waiting on, don't look at the clouds. Don't look at what could happen, the worst things, but look at what's possible. You'll never reap looking at the clouds. Okay? Don't look at the clouds. Create in your mind, using your imagination, the future. Don't look at the clouds. Don't think about that rain's going to get you. Game on. Man, this is exciting. I love what I do. Oh my God. So guys, this is true freedom, baby. Y'all ready for true freedom? True freedom. Go get it. Live true freedom. Understanding who you are powerfully. And doing what you came here to do in service to others with great passion. Game on. I love you guys. Hope you're getting it. Yes, believe in the imagination. Creativity is imagination. Believe in it. Imagine something different starting now. And use that rubber band I taught you to stretch to keep creating that vision that you have. Because without a vision, the people perish. That means they come to utterly ruin. Don't perish. Don't cast off restraints, I think. They cast off restraints. They mean they just go all over the place. You got to have vision. You got to have vision. Thank you guys for joining us. Go get it. Game on and good night.